I want to explain quickly, really quickly, just how to launch Pro Tools, how to create an audio track, and how to create an instrument track. I've launched Pro Tools from the dock, and this is the dialog box that shows up. The first one I have is create, and this is the first box that's important, local storage. So it's going to save this session locally to my computer or to a hard drive, which is different from projects. Projects is cloud-based and uses Advid's cloud-based platform, which I believe is powered by AWS. So we are going to save this locally to our computer. So I'm going to name it Pro Tools Intro. Okay. These are templates that you can use, and it will populate tracks automatically. You'd be ready in these particular genres. I don't use them too often. File type, we're going to stay with WAV. Bit depth, I'm going to stay with a 24 bit depth. And the other option would be 16. And they have a 32-bit float, but I believe Apple's iOS no longer supports 32-bit float. So we'll just stay with 24-bit. Our sample rate is going to be 48 kilohertz. And the reason I'm going to keep it at 48 is if I'm going to be working with video, like I am right now with the camera, my frame rate is just about 24 frames per second. So that will play nicely. It's divisible by 40, or 48 is divisible by 24. So they'll play nicely and they'll sync very nicely. Once I sync them up, they'll stay in time. I/O settings, this will come in very handy if you're using multiple interfaces, okay? Or if you're bringing a session in from somebody else's interface. Interleaving is just going to be nice when we export. It's going to package us up a nice stereo file, which instead of 2 mono files. And this is the location. Where are we saving this? This is important. So this is everything that you set up the first time you create a session. So in my case, I'm going to save this to my hard drive, which is PT Sessions 3. If you're saving to your desktop, then you're going to click that button and you're going to save it to your desktop. Okay, so from there, we are ready to launch our session. Create. Boom. Let's create some tracks. So all I've done right now is I've launched Pro Tools. That's it. I have an empty track. Okay? That's it. So I'm going to hit track, new, and just notice right beside here the Shift Command N. That's the shortcut for creating a new track. So Shift Command N, one audio track, and I'm going to name it Ben. That's me. Hi, I'm Ben. And I'm going to assign an input. So right now, my input, this microphone is plugged into B line 1. Okay, that's where this microphone lives. And right now, nothing's happening. You don't see any signal happening. If you have a 2-channel interface, you have 2 options of where this mic is coming in. Mine's coming in B line 1. I have 32 options, but that's where it is. So if I hit record arm right here, and then I say, hey, notice the meters pop up. Okay, so that's my meter. So when I'm ready to record, what I like to do is turn on pre-roll. So pre-roll's right here. It's 1 bar. Command K, or I could just click on it. So Command K. I'm going to zoom in a little bit by hitting T. Let's just say I want to start at bar 2. So I've got bar 2. I'm going to hit 3 on the numeric keypad with that record arm enabled. A little extra. I like to be in quick punch. So that's a way of recording. Quick Punch records the pre-roll and post-roll. I like that. So if I hit 3, it starts 1 bar before, and then my vocal starts to get recorded. And then when I'm done, I can hit stop. Now, if I had made a selection, check this out. So let's just delete that. If I had made a selection to record, look what it does with the post-roll. So I'm going to put that at a bar. Hit 3 again. It records 1 bar before, and then I record, and now it's recording 1 bar after. And then, even though it looks like it didn't record, I can take my trimmer tool right here, and I could slide it out a bar, and I can take my trimmer tool, and I can slide that back. Okay, so it's recording the pre-roll and the post-roll. Well, that's recording audio. What I've done is I've assigned an input, assigned an output, and I created a new audio track. Okay, so at the bare minimum, that's it. Now, typically, if I was going to lay down a vocal, I would need something to lay it down to. So let's create an instrument track. So I'm going to mute this. Shift Command N, that was our keyboard shortcut. I'm going to create a stereo instrument track, and I'm going to call this keys. Okay, so this pops up. On the insert, notice there's inserts here. And if you can't see your inserts, just click this white ruler right here, and you can check off what you want to see. And I want to see my inserts, A through E. And there's other options there as well, but at the bare minimum, that's what I want to see. So I'm going to put a virtual instrument on this insert track. So I'm going to scroll down, multi-channel plugin. I clicked on the insert, multi-channel plugin, and then I'm going to add. It said keys, so I'm going to add expand to. There's different ways to find the keys. I like to click on this little double folder right here. I have soft pads. I said it was going to be keys, so let's just see if we can find. There's one that's piano. Where are you? Acoustic piano. Here you are. Although multi-track arpeggio sounds more interesting. Let's do that. Time is ticking too. It is, because it's going to be a short tutorial. Okay, so time is ticking. That sounds appropriate. I'm going to change the view from clips. I'm going to change it to notes. And now I'm going to hit E, the letter E. As long as this little button here is on, this little AZ, this is key focus, all my keyboard shortcuts are going to be for this window. So if I hit E right now, it gets really big. I'm going to change my grid so I don't see as many little boxes. Right now it looks like it's on 16th notes. So I'm going to change it to like half notes. And that's a little bit easier on my eyes. So here's a middle C. There's a 3 right there. That's middle C. Cool. I was going to lay down a beat to this. Okay. And now I'm just going to hold down Option. Or you could just drag it out so that it turns into a trimmer tool as long as this Smart tool is enabled. So you do that. You just hold in any combination from F6 to F8 and just hold them in, and your Smart tool pops up. So as long as that's there, I can just kind of drag these things out. I'm just zooming in and out, ERT. And I'm going to listen to that. Cool. So that's what I've created. I'm going to hit E again. Comes out. I'm going to hit R. Just zooming out a little bit. ERT. I can change it back, and I can look at the clips. Okay, there are my clips. Right now, this clip starts. Maybe I want to start them together. So I have my playhead right there. I'm going to hit B to split it. Blade. Delete that first part. Oh, I'm going to hit B. And then here we go. And then you can put your vocal on top. Again, it records 1 bar before. Now, if you find one is too loud and the other is too quiet, you can come here to the mix window. So Command equals. We're recording though. And you can quickly turn one up or turn one down. Again, it records 1 bar before. And then I record. And now it's recording 1 bar after. Okay, so that's us getting set up to record in Pro Tools. We created an audio track. We assigned the right input so we could record with it, okay? And then it defaulted to this output, which in our instance was great. It was my left-right output. And then we created an instrument track. We did not need to assign an input. It's built within Expand, so there's no physical input, but it needed an output. So we used Expand. I will note, don't stack instruments on the same track. So if I added, let's say I was going to add boom, so I wanted a beat. Like, no, I didn't want a piano, I wanted a beat. If I put 2 instruments on the same track, nothing will happen. So one virtual instrument per track. If you need a beat, just go to create another track or replace what you already have. All right, so I'm going to hit no insert. That's a very quick tutorial, just getting started in Pro Tools, recording audio and recording with virtual instruments. And I hope you enjoyed it, and see you in the next one.